Hey guys,
It's a Jim Lee.
my name is Deidre.
And I'm Jessica.
I'm the Leo.
And I'm definitely the Gemini.
And tonight's video is going to be a topic that has been talked about.
Ooh.
However, it's becoming more and more aware. People are becoming more and more aware of it.
In the Black community and in media. That's what the big thing is now. Like,
right.
It's a good thing that's happening now. So, in all love, because we ain't hating on nobody, we're going to talk about colorism.
So colorism is internal racism.
Internal. Y'all hear that? Internal racism. Okay? So, do you feel, Deidre, that right now in today's society that Black women are loved and welcomed?
No, I feel like they're the most disrespected and the most neglected out in America.
Is a Black woman.
Because,
I really do. I really do.
When guys they get on, like they go, like Kanye West said, once you get on, you
get your money
or whatever. But
that's what Kanye
once
said.
They do, they switch up. They try to go over to different races,
right.
Or they try to go but.
And not only that, but there's also women, who do the same thing. Like, I know a few people who won't talk to anyone darker than themselves because obviously it's still internal hate we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And they would portray themselves to like light-skinned guys or white guys, really, because they want that good hair baby with the light skin because they didn't love themselves.
Well, it's more so. I mean, it's something I don't think that people are aware of. You know,
yes.
For the longest, I didn't even know that there was a term.
Girl, I don't even know
that described exactly what I was going through growing up.
I know.
I was always called in school darky.
Imagine if because we ain't that old, a few years ago, we knew the term colorism. Do you think we would choose the paths that some of the things that we've done if we knew that?
I mean, I guess in a sense, because this isn't new, like it's been going on. We're just now speaking on it, but I mean, we're hip or whatever to colorism. Like,
right.
We understand.
Right.
But I mean, because it's dated back to slavery,
Right.
It started then when the lighter skinned people were in the houses while the dark skinned people were out in the field working.
And they were masters' kids, typically.
Right, because they were the African American, the most disrespected, were getting molested by or raped by their owners.
So that means at one point in time they had to like the chocolate girl because they made babies by her. Anyways, but the thing about it is that I feel like if I knew then that I was being treated differently, or that I could be just as pretty, because I experienced it all my life. All the women in my family, most of them are light-skinned. And I'm typically the only chocolate girl in the room. Now, my Grammy was chocolate. So I did, always see that. But it would just be me and her. And then everybody else,
So how did that make you feel?
When I was younger, I admired and I looked up. And I still, to this day, I still admire and look up to them. But not just as light-skinned women. I have a different title for them. They're still my tribe. I still love them. But I look up to them as Black women. Beautiful, strong, courageous Black women, period. I don't have to put a difference on the light skin to dark skin. Because I know there was a lot of times that I would want to tell my mom things. And if you know me, you know what my mommy looked like. She's just as, like, you know what she looked like. Yeah. So I would tell her things like, I didn't like that maybe that someone did something to me. And she could not relate.
Right.
Because when she was going to school, she was popping. So she couldn't relate. And if I knew then that there was a term like this, colorism is what I'm experiencing, instead of just reading the history books when you're in school and you're like, oh, okay, the Black kids, the darker ones was outside. If I knew then, I think it would have enlightened me a little bit better. And it wasn't until my cousin, which is a chocolate girl. We have all kind of colors in our, rainbow, because there's a lot of complexities in complexion. I stole that from Beyonce. But there's a lot of complexities in complexion. And one of my cousins, she was talking to me and she was telling me and I was about freshman year, okay, of high school, not college. But she was telling me that it's okay for me to feel this way because the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. You heard Tupac say that. But when you're going through those stages, she told me, my skin tone is closer to my ancestors than my mother's was. My mama didn't take no offense to it. I didn't take no offense to it. It enlightened me.
So it made you feel better to know
I was
that.
like, dang, I am Africa, baby. Do you hear me? I am Africa. And I'm proud of it. You know? Because I feel like we weren't never supposed to be over here anyways. I got sensitive skin all day long. Girl, you know I was going to mention it because we talked about it a little bit earlier. But I was telling Deidre that I feel like I was never supposed to be in this Western civilization with winter. That's the devil. Winter is the devil. I got to put on more cocoa butter, more shea butter, more moisturizer, and make myself all the way greasy just to go outside to still be ashy.
Well, I experienced colorism growing up. However, it wasn't in my household because my mom, she is dark skinned, but I did have an older sister who was lighter skinned. However, we didn't get treated any different than,
and that's good,
what someone else would have. Now, growing up, I did go when I stayed with my best friend and my ex best friend and her grandmother, and
her like family members. Not family.
In that sense, like they were lighter skinned than me, and I was the darkest one there living
I remember
in that house.
I remember that.
So I experienced the colorism because, you know, most guys, like when we would go places, like most guys were more interested in them, and I, for the life of me, couldn't figure out like what was wrong with me.
Right.
What was wrong with me? Why can't like they be interested in me? You know, but. Then again, like, I mean, I know that I'm not ugly. Right. But girl, I knew that there was something wrong. And I just couldn't put my finger on it. So,
this is really enlightening, actually, though. Okay, so what else did you feel as far as your childhood growing up? Because I think we're going to talk about other things in the media before.
Well, yeah, so in the media, there were many sitcoms.
Wait, did you have any more about your childhood, though? Before we move on to the media.
No, not really. I mean,
and we introduced it about being about slavery already, right? Ooh, yeah, my little crayon ain't working. And then, okay, yeah. So let's jump into the media. So
there were many sitcoms that we would watch growing up, and we never really realized how much colorism existed. And it's not even. I mean, it's more so Hollywood if you really think about it, because like shows like Living Single or
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Let's go there.
Or Coming to America.
Right.
There's shows like the Steve Harvey Show. Like the dark skinned woman in that show, her name was Lavita Alizé Jenkins.
Okay,
like why did her
all
name
of the
have
dark
to
skin,
be
even
so,
Maxine.
Oh.
You know how she was, they was all rough and hard.
Right, and Maxine, she was portrayed as a person that always popped up uninvited, or she was always eating other people's food.
Right, like
know?
A peasant. Like, I mean, not a peasant. Yeah, like a peasant.
Yeah, so it was just like we were always unwelcome. Right. You know?
Right.
And Dejanay, like what type of name is Dejanay? I get that now, like there are names that are like we do come up with ridiculous names.
But I mean, La Cienega was pretty off too. However,
La Cienega, but she was an Afro Latina or whatever.
Right, and her name was La Cienega.
Yeah, so I mean, she was kind of like Dejanay, right? But a light skinned Dejanay. So and that brings us to another topic because you know, other nationalities or races are not racist. But
other nationalities or other races.
Yeah.
I feel like they
experience colorism because there's like you got different types of
What's that girl
Latinas
off of,
that
hold on.
experience it because they're like a lighter skin, like the Puerto Ricans, the Cubans, and stuff like that. I watched the show.
Amagra La Negra. Amara La Negra.
On my block.
No, the girl. Her name. She's off of Love and Hip Hop.
Oh,
Hollywood. Florida.
I don't know.
Amara Nalegra. I'm saying it wrong, but y'all know who she is. She is really big on the colorism thing because she is Afro Latina and she speaks nothing but Spanish typically, but she got this big old fro.
And you know what's crazy is, growing up, I just knew that there was black people. You know, there's
I know, right?
Latin people, and then there's Puerto Rican, Cuban, you know, stuff like that. You got Asian Americans, which are Cambodian, Vietnamese, and all them other, you know.
Right.
But in
Everybody.
blacks, I didn't know that it was a such thing as different nationalities within that. Like, you know, I didn't know there was Haitians, there were Dominicans and stuff like that. I never knew until here recently. So I mean, I wasn't as educated.
I mean, we are in Wichita, Kansas. So the things that we were fed were kind of standard to where we're at. So until I went to Georgia, it was a definite culture shock. Like, what? All these black people and billionaires at that? We weren't seeing that growing up. And then, like you said, you experienced this within your own home too. You know, you were staying with your friend and you've seen all of these things that was happening and how they was being treated differently from yourself. But I wonder if we was in Atlanta at the time.
Over in Florida, it's a lot of Haitians. A lot of them.
So, like you said, they're coming to America. And then also, when we talk about light skin and dark skin, we have to think about, the truth, which is light versus dark. Right. You know, you have the good things that are truly lighty, like God is supposed to be of light and all that kind of stuff, right? And then you have those dark things like Satan, you know, he's more darker.
So
and
we're
satanic.
conditioned to think that light is better and dark is evil.
Take the words out my mouth, girl. Yes. And it's like, that's sad, but it has to be true.
And you know, one thing, I know we're not on the white versus black or anything like that.
We ain't trying to hate on nobody.
Know, my daughter actually came up to me not too long ago and told me that she wished she was white.
Do not tell me that, did you? You should have told me that before this video.
You know, so she was saying that, and I'm just like, well, why would you say that? Like, what about you
she's so
makes
beautiful.
you want to be white, you know?
Again,
and she told me that
internally she has to know that she's not.
And kids are like, they see this
dark
stuff, you know, and it's sad, but she just, I don't know.
Right. But this is the best part of it. Nowadays, we got people like Issa Rae. We got people like, matter of fact, we got the whole brown skin girl song. Okay? Thank you, Beyonce, because she is the queen, if you ask me. And she has made this whole song about brown skin girls, and it's beautiful. Have you heard it? Harmony needs to be listening to it. I'll listen to it every day. I love it because growing up, like I said, I was the chocolate one. But my mama used to always tell me that she loved my skin. Like she would be like, I started talking to your daddy because he was like that. I wanted the kids like that. That's what she told me.
That are appreciative of like darker skin. Like there are people that want to be dark skin, which they have a term for that, and it's called catfishing, I guess.
What?
Yes, like it's like, well, I don't think it's called catfishing, but it's like,
we're gonna have to look that one up.
It's like when the white women are getting their skins tan, really tan, and they're making it seem like they're dark, like they're African Americans, but they're really white.
But you know that's gonna mess up y'all skin because see, we got that
melanin,
okay,
and they be popping.
So how they gonna do that and not get cancer?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they put sunscreen on. They protect themselves from it.
Well, maybe they did the research for it. But anyways, what I was saying about the media is that now girls like Harmony and my future daughter, if she's chocolate. But yeah, because I'm not done. So, but anyways, they get to look at themselves in the screen now. As to me growing up, the little chocolate chunky girl, I had one person to look up to. That was Monique. Like, everybody know Monique. But if you was a chunky little Latina girl, you probably was looking up to her too. She was the only big girl on TV. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now you have what's that? The precious Gabrielle. No, not
Ryan
Union.
Destiny. Who?
Her name ain't Gabrielle Union. Her name is Gabrielle or something.
Gabrielle Douglas. Are you talking about the gymnast?
I'm talking about the plus size girl that's on Precious.
Gabrielle, but I don't know her last name.
But anyways, you can see people in the media like her, and people who would play on what's that show called, Glee. Mm-hmm. All this kind of stuff. You can find them being Mary Jane. Speaking of Gabrielle Union, there's a chocolate thick girl on there. Girl, you cute. But you know, there's everywhere. Like now, we can look at that media and we can feel proud. Mm-hmm. White girls can feel proud. We can feel proud. Latinas can feel proud. There are some Latinas that are popping out there right now. Mm-hmm. Everybody has a moment, and we need to feel wanted, because if not, colorism will continue to go and fester right in here.
Now, we talk about colorism, and we're talking about, Beyonce, mm-hmm. and me and Jessica, we had a conversation a couple of days ago, and it kind of got heated, and it was more so because I said that Beyonce was overrated, and she said, how can you talk about the queen like that? Basically, she's done so much for her community, and
Coachella,
she put on for so many black people, and just so much.
She even put on for
okay. I'm not saying, and I feel like the way that she took it was, I was saying she was a bad person because I was saying she was overrated, but me personally, I feel like that's my opinion. My feelings. I said I felt like.
Okay, keep going.
I feel like, that's my opinion. And in a sense, I do feel like she's overrated. Not saying that she's a bad person or that she didn't work very hard to get where she wanted to be in life.
Oh,
not
okay. Saying that.
But I do feel like there are so many people that look up to Beyonce. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there are more people out there in the world that are doing a lot, because when me and Jessica were talking, she was saying like, oh well, she's doing this, she's doing that, but I feel like it's more so she's more popular, so more people are able to see what Beyonce is doing, other than those people that don't have as much popularity.
Okay, well, we see what Rihanna's doing. We see what they doing.
But yeah.
So okay. No, because the paparazzi's gonna catch it all.
Right, but what's the difference between, she has popularity, and what I'm saying, it's kind of like on Facebook, you'll see people playing a game and they'll be like, drop a picture and I'll tell you if you're cute. Mm-hmm. Now you'll have those people that might not be very pleasing onto the eye, that will drop a picture, but because they're popular, they'll get several likes on that picture. Mm-hmm. Not because they're beautiful. So it's just more so like, I feel like, yes, Beyonce, she worked hard, but I feel like I've seen, like, because I was doing a little research. I'm not saying that I was researching and Beyonce like looking, doing all this other stuff, but I did see a lot of people saying that Beyonce bites off a lot of people's styles. Like, she's taken from Michael Jackson, she took from Janet Jackson, she took from Maya, she took from a lot of people.
I mean, yeah, I hear that, and I can't necessarily disagree, because let's look at all the little new rappers that's out here today. Who they bite off of? Lil Wayne. Right. Everybody got to find a style from somebody.
Taylor Swift went and did her little performance.
But Beyonce didn't say nothing to her. Her Beehive said that.
I'm not saying that Beyonce said
you can't get mad at her fans.
I'm saying that because Beyonce, I said she's overrated because she has this popularity, and like you said, she has a beehive, and those people do way too much,
well, that's on them.
But I'm saying, like, I feel like she's overrated. She's not, like, anybody can copy on somebody else and do it better.
Right.
However, okay. I don't feel like, okay, say for instance, Beyonce and Kelly. Kelly was dark skinned. There are other dark-skinned artists that work their butt off, and they don't get as much recognition as someone else like Beyonce.
I disagree, because I see,
who?
Like I said, Brandy. Well, I said this to you before, but not here. So I was saying that, like, people who I feel like are still in the industry that are dark-skinned, that are popping, Fantasia, Brandy,
But you can't say that they get the same recognition as Beyonce, even if they.
Not
I feel like
but
even
that's
if they
not their
worked as
genre
hard-
though. That's not their genre though.
Right, but I feel like
she sings pop. She caters to what money she wants to get, and when she gets that money, we talking about Beyonce now. When Beyonce gets that money, she put on for hers.
Well, she
put on for hers. She put on for hers.
Like we said earlier, Hollywood.
So she just gets some of that.
Right, but like we said earlier, in
Can't help that.
Hollywood, they make it to where maybe Beyonce, okay, I feel like she's a puppet in a sense, because they give her this audience, they get like this whole Illuminati thing, like they're giving her an audience to appeal to, and now she like, and then notice how her skin, and I don't know if it's going with age, like you get lighter with age, but like she's getting lighter and lighter, and more people are wanting to be light skinned. Like me and her knew someone who dated, she dated a light skinned guy. And I'm not gonna say her name, but it's not the person that you're probably thinking about.
Okay.
So
but anyways, we just
she dated a light skinned guy.
Okay.
She was dark skinned,
okay.
and she was telling me that she wanted to buy soap so that she can cleanse her skin, so that she can be lighter, because she did not like herself that much.
You talking about me?
No, I'm not talking about you. But did you ever want to lighten your skin?
I mean, I have bought bleaching cream. Yes, I told you about that. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Did I? But I
just
did,
feel like
and I still will, because I have dark spots, and I'm chocolate. I don't have to be black.
Is it the
on
dark
my
spots
skin
that you want to take away,
Yeah.
or do you want to be lighter skinned?
No.
Okay. So what
It's
I
the
was
dark
saying
spots, that's why you
was
don't see
the
none,
fact
baby.
that I feel like it's all about opportunity, because you can work as hard as you want. There are people that I know that like wake up early in the morning, go to, and like they go practice basketball, and they end it at like 4:30 in the morning, day in, day out. But they're still not gonna get that same recognition
like
as
LeBron.
Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, or LeBron James.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
they have to work, and I feel like it's not
and
so
it's
much
not always fair for everybody. Okay.
right, and that's what I'm saying. Like it's not fair, you know.
Because I feel like how we were talking about before, I said people like Monica, you know, she had the same opportunity. If we're talking about light skin versus dark skin, The Boy Is Mine, that kind of popped off together, right? They have the same kind of opportunities, I feel like, just like Beyonce did. But Brandy's mama and Beyonce's mama put that extra foot forward and got their kids to where they at. Ray J, you know, like, it's just about opportunity. Because if I wanted to really, truly be a star, and I told my mom I really, really, truly wanted to be a star, she'd go. You know? Whether I was dark skinned, light skinned, whatever, it just is about that ambition and drive that another person may have. And I really, truly think that sometimes we get stuck in a place, because maybe we make it together, right? But I something tragic happened to me, and now I'm stuck in that place. And I can't move forward from there no more.
But my thing was, when we were talking,
am I gonna fault you for making it?
No, but my thing, when we were talking, you were saying that she had the same opportunity. They both had the same opportunity. And my thing, what I was saying was, all right, me and her, we went to the same schools. We went to the same college. But I could make it further than her, and we had the same opportunities.
Right.
You know, like, we went to the same schools.
Think about
and stuff like
we'll just say the last name. We won't say the first name. But we know somebody, Copeland, went to the same college as us, same opportunities, did not go any further, mind you. And this man is a billionaire, or dang near. I don't know what he is. He got money.
He's successful, but he's not a billionaire. And he light skinned on the plan.
But his mama's chocolate. But anyway,
I don't know about all of that.
And his girlfriend,
you know,
too. All right, Cope. But anyways, let's ask the people and tell them your Snapchat. What you?
My
Pootie?
Snapchat is I am Pootie. My Instagram is I am Pootie, and my Facebook is Deidre Irene.
All right, so it is his peach
_30
_30. His peach _30. That's my Snapchat. And Jessica Hayden. You know who I am.
So I know this I feel like the video might have been all over the place.
I mean, we're talking about a real life situation here, okay?
Right, but if
Spice?
you've ever experienced any colorism or anything like that, you have anything that you would like to say, comment down below. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
If you are of a different nationality and you've experienced colorism or whatever, let us know down in the comments, you know.
I was going to say two more things. Okay, you know that girl off of Love and Hip Hop also, Spice, she changed her whole body. She changed from dark to light. Did you see that?
I don't watch Love and Hip Hop.
You don't? Anyways, because we're finna get out of here. Another thing that I wanted to say is when we are with our children, and I'm talking to the black ones, stop telling your kids, whether they light skin or dark skin, that when they outside in the sun and they come in, stop telling them they getting black. Because that's where you differ.
That's
your
where,
melanin is popping, baby.
That's where you make them think that they're not as worthy to be loved because they're darker skinned.
Stop calling us black. It's brown skin.
We matter, damn it.
But hey guys, it's a Jim Lee.
And we out.
And we out.